Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to teach you guys how I do my eyebrows on a daily basis. This is how I do my eyebrows every day. So this is just my eyebrow routine. So somebody DM'd me and told me that they wanted to see my eyebrow routine. My eyebrow routine stays the same every day. I've been doing my eyebrows the same for about a year now. So yeah, if you want to see me and how I do my eyebrows, then keep on watching. Basically the tools that you need for the eyebrow tutorial are you need a brow pomade. This is a little dried out, but I love it when it's a little bit dried out just because it looks a lot better to me. And then I have the Anastasia 7B eyebrow brush. This is a really fine tip brush. It has a spoolie on the end. So I'm just going to take a spoolie and spoolie all my brow hair up. As you can see, it's very weird. It's very lumpy. It's very sparse. It doesn't look good. There's brow hair there, but they're like long and just gross, and I just don't like it. And this is what mine looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit dry. I like my pomade a little bit more dry just because it's a lot easier to work with. So my mirror needs to be flipped. Okay. So the basis of doing a brow. You want your brow to be diffused in the front, and then you want it to be more sharp or defined in the back. Don't mind these eyebrow hairs, I'm waiting to get them waxed. Okay, you want to make it look neater and better than what it is. So I like to rest my hand on my desk, and then I'm going to take my eyebrow brush and put it this way on my eyeballs. I'm going to draw a line right underneath my brow hairs. When there's not a lot of product on your brow brush, I like to go back into the front and start making the lines. If you just started from here and made the line, your brow will be too bold in the front, and I don't like the look of bold brows in the front. So as you can see, it's darker over here and then it diffuses in the front. If your brow pomade is very pigmented to start out with, you're going to want to wipe it on your hand a little bit, just because then that gets rid of a little bit of the product. That's why I like my brow pomades to be a little bit more dry, if that makes sense. So now you have your eyebrow base on the bottom. So now I like to brush my brow hairs down. As you can see, some of my brow hairs are really long. I usually trim my brow hairs. So you're going to want to do the tail of your brow. So I just like to start at my tip of my brow, and then follow the arch, and then start at the top. Slowly go forward as the front of the brow you're trying to diffuse. I'm going to keep going forward, and then I like to wipe on my hand the brow brush, because all that excess product is on your brush, and you want this front part to be diffused. So I'm going to do that first. You don't have to diffuse the front of your brow first. You can go in with that extra product over here and just basically fill in your lines. So there are two guidelines on the top. That's the bottom. That's the top, and that's the bottom. So there are two guidelines, and you just want to fill in between here. I have thick brows. I like to think, not thick brows, but I have like kind of like wide brows. So I just like to go in and fill the bald spots. As you can see, there is a bald spot here, there's a bald spot over here, there's a line. So you can go in and fill that product. You can fill that space with that product. People usually just like to just marker that in, and I don't like that. I like a really diffused looking front of the brow, so I don't like to do that. So I like to take my eyebrow brush and I like to flip it up like this, and I go in with that extra diffused product that we already put through our brows and just kind of fill those lines in. With your top line, you want to make sure you don't, when you're doing this line, you don't want to start from here and do the jagged edge. You want to do the line that starts from about You can measure, like with your brush, you can be like, okay, I want this part to be diffused, and then so we're gonna start here. That's what I kind of did, but I don't need to do that because I've done my brows a lot. And then I like to go in and make some lines, not lines, just fill it in, and then just keep switching. Fill in, keep switching. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and my Cover FX brush. This is a concealer brush. I like this brush to use to carve out my eyebrows. So I'm going to put some concealer on my hand. I'm going to dip my concealer brush in there. And then make sure you are patting some of the concealer off. And then you're going to go in. And I like to place the concealer a little bit under where you want to carve out. I turned my brush sideways and I really carved out the look and the arch of those brows. And as you can see, it cleaned up the line a lot. This concealer really isn't my color right now, so I haven't been using it. And then I just take my beauty blender or my Flower Beauty sponge with the rest of that concealer and tap it on my eye for an eyeshadow base. I'm going to set my concealer on my brows, and then I'll show you how to lift your brows and highlight them. So now that that base is set, I'm going to take a highlighter. This is Earth 684 by Wet n Wild, and then I'm just going to take a flat kind of packing brush. You dip in anywhere on that highlighter, tap a little bit off, go right under my brow to lift and highlight. You just carved out your brows, so now you want to highlight where your arch. I don't put the highlight over here or anything in the front of the brow. I just like to put it over here and lift those brows up. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Feel free to comment down below or leave a like or whatever you want to do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.